With the departure of Brad Marchand to the Florida Panthers, the Boston Bruins are most likely going to name a new captain next season. In this video, I'm going to break down the top candidates and who I think will be the Boston Bruins' next captain. So buckle up, Bruins fans. I'm here to give you the latest info on your beloved Boston Bruins. If you've been liking my Bruins content, please leave me a like and subscribe. If you've already done so, thank you, and let's get into it. As a Bruins fan, we've been pretty spoiled when it comes to captains over the past decade or so. The last three captains are surefire Hall of Famers. We've had Zdeno Chara, Patrice Bergeron, and most recently, Brad Marchand. Leadership group is a saying they've had used on more than one occasion. They've all been taught this through the culture of the Boston Bruins through the years. It's been going all the way back to the 50s. This year's Boston Bruins leadership group was Brad Marchand, Charlie McAvoy, DavidPastrnak, Brandon Carlo, and Charlie Coyle. Coyle, Carlo, and Marchand were all traded hours from each other and now are in the middle of their own cup runs with new teams. I'm sure there are some other voices in the room like Pavel Zacha, Hampus Lindholm, Elias Lindholm, and maybe even Jeremy Swayman at some point. The voices didn't seem to matter this season, and some in the fan base questioned the leadership Marchand had as a captain. I personally thought Marchand was a great captain and in fact became a better player since becoming captain. Sure, he wasn't scoring like he used to, but he's kind of old now, and he also matured as a captain, gained more respect around the league. Leadership wasn't the Bruins' issue this season, in my opinion, but I'm also not in the room to know what was actually the issue in this room. I thought the Bruins overachieved in the previous season, and how they played this season was how I thought they would have last year. They don't have a number one center. There is no real scoring threat after Marchand and Pastrnak. No leadership group is fixing those faults. Maybe they can find one in trades they made, but I don't think so, and I just don't think it's getting fixed this year. As fans, we're most likely going to see the Bruins team lose a lot more before they get better. So, who's going to lead this Bruins team? Unless they sign a high-priced player this offseason, your two candidates, in my opinion, are Charlie McAvoy and DavidPastrnak. Both players have worn the A as a Boston Bruin, and both players are already a part of the leadership group. They both have learned from the best in Bergeron and Chara and Marchand. Charlie McAvoy looks like the easy choice, and probably the safe choice. He's been a part of the leadership group in Boston almost since he broke into the league. He was Chara's defense pair and learned firsthand how to be a leader from him. He wears his heart on the sleeve and he's not afraid to lay the body. He plays the game hard and he gives back to the community. He leads on and off the ice, and if the new look Bruins is going to get any better, they will need consistency on the blue line. Then there's DavidPastrnak, the party boy when he first broke into the league. Once rumored to have broken his ankle while partying at the Bruins casino event, but it was never confirmed. He is above and beyond the Bruins' best player and a fan favorite. The fan base does get on him from time to time, but I never feel it's warranted. He's a top 10 player in the NHL and over the past couple seasons has become a real leader for the Boston Bruins on and off the ice. His recent interview after Marchand was traded said a lot about his leadership.
Obviously, professionally, yes, and on the levels of friendships and kind of human nature, obviously it's been tough, and obviously lots of friends in the room, and beautiful families that are on the move, and so I said, yeah, definitely professionally you have to flip the page, and that there's a group you kind of have to lead, and so that's my focus now. I thought the Tampa game was a great step one, and watching today's practice, excited about the group. There's some really nice, good speed addition and some skills in the group. So that's where my main focus is now. Obviously, when you are home, it's a little harder to know you don't have those guys in the room and kind of be together. So.
David, you've been with Chara, Patrice, Brad. What have you watched and learned from them as far as leadership goes, and how much do you try to carry that into this group?
Yeah, I mean it's an incredible job what has been done here in the past 3 decades or 2 decades. So I've been around them. They're all very different but similar at the end of the day, and I've had the pleasure to be with them every single day and work with them, and they try to make you better as a player, as a person, and make you grow up fast. So I've seen a lot of stuff I've learned from them, and I can thank them enough for what I've been through with them, and obviously you're gonna have to try to carry that over to this group.
Do you change your approach with leadership given?
No, I mean, listen. with all the experience I am, and learn and from these guys like we mentioned, it's amazing, and I couldn't be more thankful for the opportunities I had and I got here and the way I grew. But at the same time, there's a reason I got to the position where I'm at. I will never change. No matter if I play NHL or if I'm still the 10-year-old kid playing hockey, for me it's I don't want to change because of the position I'm in, the way, how much money I make or stuff like that. So just being myself is the most important, one of the important things in the life for me.
Have you ever thought of?
I not think about it honestly. I said I got the A and I haven't changed a bit. Obviously the role changed a little bit. You lead more, but you're just trying to stay being yourself. Right now we have 17 games left, and that's my main focus to build on those 2 games. We played pretty good hockey last 2, and that this has to be our standard for the rest of the season and see where it takes us.
We've watched you play for years now. I think everyone appreciates the joy that you bring to the game. How much have you grown since your first day in the Bruin uniform to where you are now?
I mean, a lot. It goes past the room. You grew as a person. You have family. You are older. You have life experience. You have professional experience. With hockey. With life. I had some tough and happy experience at the same time. So you obviously grew. I think that's human nature, and it's up to every individual to how much you learn and how much you take in. So I try to be joyful. Since day one I got to NHL, I'm fortunate enough to do what I love for my work, and I will never take that for granted.
He was poised and said all the right things. How he handled the false rumors this season, there was an issue in between him and longtime teammate and friend Brad Marchand, was great as well. If you asked me last year, I would have said McAvoy or maybe even Carlo be the next captain of the Boston Bruins. But for me right now, my money is on David Pastrnak. He doesn't fit the typical model of Boston Bruins captain, but neither did Brad Marchand. Pastrnak is very flashy and not afraid to be the center of attention. This season, he has had the team on his back all year, leading every offensive category on the team. He's had his friends and teammates be traded and is still playing his heart out. There's been no reports of him being upset with the Bruins organization and the new direction they're taking. With the change in the direction they're going, with more speed and more offense, I think he'd be the perfect captain. I want to hear from you, though, and who you think the Boston Bruins' next captain will be. That's a wrap on today's video. To stay up to date on all the news surrounding the Boston Bruins, please subscribe and drop me a like. If news breaks surrounding the Boston Bruins, be sure to check out the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you, and I'll see you next time.